One of the best parts about the retro console community is no matter what form factor, size, weight, whatever, there's probably a retro console out there for you. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why, no matter where you are, if you don't already have a brick, I think you should get one. In 2026, you really cannot go wrong with any retro console you want to get. No matter your price point, whatever, a lot of these consoles out there will do their job just fine. Before I had the TrimUI brick, I had an RG35XX and it was solid. I really only used it to play a couple of old Pokemon games and play Emerald Kaizo. And then I wasn't following the instructions and I put it in a USB-C to USB-C, fried the battery, and now it's bricked. And it wasn't until I modded my partner's Gameboy for Christmas that really kind of brought me back into revisiting this era of gaming. Now, I didn't want to steal my partner's Game Boy away from them, so I wanted to find something that I could use myself and play the games that I wanted to love. So I was looking into that form factor. Now, lucky for me, literally anything with a screen will play Game Boy Advance games these days. Here were kind of the checklist and criteria that I was looking for and why I felt the TrimUI brick really fit them. The first one was availability. What makes the TrimUI probably one of the best options when it comes to availability is it's across different marketplaces. So if you want to buy it off AliExpress, you want to buy it off Amazon, which means that the price isn't chokeholded by a singular supplier. But we've seen the transition of these companies onto their own proprietary websites. However, the time from when you're actually clicking purchase to when you're actually getting it shipped, there is going to be a huge wait. As someone who literally just built the Game Boy and watching my partner play it, I was actually really looking forward to it. So I really wanted to get something in my hand. Now, I think when it comes to a lot of these handhelds, the aesthetics matter completely. It sounds stupid because at the end of the day, it's really what's inside that matters, but half of the battle is what it looks like and how it feels in your hands. Now, technology itself is really your experience using the technology and your experience feeling it. I thought the TrimUI brick really kind of solved all of those things. I think the TrimUI brick really punches above its weight in terms of build quality, simplicity, and design and ease of use. So a good one-for-one comparison is the TrimUI brick and then the RG35XX. You can see it's bricked, it doesn't turn on. I've tried to charge it. Again, it's not gonna work. First, I'm gonna give you kind of a sound test in terms of the build quality. We're gonna do a shake test and we're gonna kind of walk around the console a little bit. Here's the microphone for reference. You can see right here. So about an inch. Here is the TrimUI brick when I shake it. Where a lot of the sound that came from it was really on this back part on the 35XX. It was these buttons. The fitment is not there. So when, I pick it up, that shaking is due to that, the fitments of those buttons, right? Now, it's not really a big deal because both of these are in that sub $100 category. It's not something that I'm looking for the highest price build quality. I think another point of comparison in both these two products is I feel like they're very similar. You can see the RG35XX, especially in this colorway, really feeds onto that retro nostalgia of the see-through clear console of some of the Game Boys back in the day. And the TrimUI brick feels a lot more modern, minimal, sleek, and simplistic when it comes to things. Now, the small start, select, and menu button, those are not labeled, while everything is labeled on the RG35XX. The labels I think are clear and they're helpful, but I also think create some visual clutter along with the see-through click case. It's not as aesthetically pleasing if you're going for more of a modern setup. I do like it in the case of that retro styling, but again, this is just semantics. They're both the same thing. I think the final thing, really just to show you the build quality of the TrimUI brick, is going for the buttons. I'm gonna put the mic down again. We'll kind of see it. So you see it with, let's just touch each button right here. And now let's kind of do the TrimUI brick. Now, another point of comparison that I would like to say is showcasing what my Logitech mouse sounds like, because I think it's a really good point of comparison. Now, comparing all three sounds, I really like the sound of the TrimUI brick. I think the aesthetics of when it comes to small consoles like this, it's really down to the science of just how you interact with it. And the key points of interaction are the buttons, the D-pad, the start and select, and how you interact with the sound interface, etc., and how you charge it. All those things on the TrimUI brick feel really, really high quality and punch way above its weight. It feels way more put together, like it was intentionally designed to be this way, and the buttons sound akin to a mouse click. If I'm taking this out in public and I'm using it in the case to play video games in public, I don't want to feel like an iPad kid bringing out like his little Gameboy in the middle of anywhere. The design itself lends itself to being more tasteful and has been more accustomed to coming with a higher dollar value than what the TrimUI brick comes at. But let me talk about some design that a lot of people have a lot of controversy over, and it's this, the back metal plate. Now, I'll be fully honest, it hasn't really bothered me. It's definitely gotten hot, I've felt it get hot, and I've had to move my hands away from it. But at the same time, the ROG Ally X will get hot. My laptop on my legs gets hot. I bought this for $70. It's maybe not the best defense to, say like, I don't really care. But at the same time, like if it's a real deal breaker for you, there are 50 other options out there. But if you're watching this video this long, you're probably deciding, why should I get this brick? If the metal backplate is the reason why you're not gonna get the brick, then just don't get the brick. I'm not here to convince you, I'm here to tell you my experience. And what I will say in the last little bit, the thing that actually ultimately sold me was not anything physical about this device. It was the customization. With this being probably one of the most popular small compact handhelds, there are a lot of options for OSs. You can start all the way at the bottom with MinUI. You can go up to like NextUI, PackUI, whatever. You can go to Noli, or you can go to Mustard OS. Within my 3 weeks of testing of this device, when I say testing, I was just using it. I've used 2 OSs. I started off with Noli, which I really liked it. I really felt like it was a comprehensive OS and it allowed me to play my games. I felt it was fine with how it structured everything, and the customization was really, really nice. However, at the end of the day, after using it for about a week and a half, I was really interested what I saw when it came from NextUI, MinUI, whatever. I went down the rabbit hole and decided to totally flip the script and put NextUI onto my TrimUI brick. Now, that's the UI that you've been seeing throughout this whole video, and it's pretty much a step up from MinUI with a lot of quality of life features, allowing you to play your games, add additional LEDs, your own boot logo, etc. I felt like Noli had so many options built into the front end that I could customize and get really granular with my experience. For me, it was mainly about playing the games. This device is dual-sided in both of those capacities. It allows you to flesh it out into the customization that you really want with Mustard OS, with Newly. I really think there's an option out there for everyone. And for me, I really just wanted that simplistic approach. All in all, for the price of a dinner out for 2 people, I was able to get an aesthetic, everyday handheld that has allowed me to play a lot of the Game Boy catalog that I had never even touched before. I think you really can't go wrong with it. And with everything going right, might as well just pick up another device while you're at it to fulfill whatever you want to play above, or anything that really needs that analog stick and that other, those extra inputs that you won't get with a classic, handheld fashion. But yeah, if you've gotten this far in the video, just comment a brick emoji. It'll be kind of funny if I see if you've actually gotten this far. Really appreciate you guys for watching, and until the next one, peace.